Hello, first grade families. We hope this video finds you doing well. We are looking forward to entering into stage 2 and creating a very consistent routine for our students. This stage 2 will be consistent into stage 3 as well. The Zoom and, in other words, the synchronous and asynchronous learning may tweak a little bit based on any given week, but the time expectations will stay pretty consistent. We want to explain to you what's happening here in the schedule, and we want to explain to you the color coding, and we also want to explain to you what the groups mean. So 8:30 a.m. we will have a Zoom webinar chapel every Monday. We highly encourage that the families become part of that experience as well. Every Wednesday morning for first grade there will be a PE group 1, and I will be explaining to you the groups later on in this video so you know which group your child's in. There's a PE group 1 and PE group 2. That'll happen at 8:15 and 8:30. Otherwise, the morning is really recommended for morning activity to get the children being active. 9 o'clock, your day will begin every day with a morning meeting. The 9 a.m. morning meeting will take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes depending on what lesson's being taught after the morning meeting. And then from that morning meeting lesson, the kids will then become off-screen or on Seesaw to find out an activity that they'll be working on for the remaining part of the morning. As you notice, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, the teachers have put in office hours, and the idea of those office hours starting at 10:45 is for children to check in if they were confused by an activity during the week, just to let you know. Also then, as we break from that 10:45 time, the goal is to have the children doing independent reading and or an audio book from 11:15 till about 11:45. That's in light green because that time's expected to have them doing that independent, and maybe you help them stay on task. They'll have lunchtime and free time from 11:45 till about 1:30. At 1:30 is when they'll come back into that group, and they'll either be going to music, art, drama, or Spanish, depending on the day. And again, that's broken up into groups. From that group time, as you notice, that goes into the 1:50 time. Then at 2:05, there's student choice. So student choice is just that. We'll be pushing out weekly an exploration learning. Exploration learning is just that, having children watch a video and or do an activity outside. And we want them to, what do you wonder, what do you notice? It's very about them being engaged in their own learning experience. We also encourage during this 2:05 time to take advantage of the additional resource activities that have been pushed out to you. And we hope that you would look through those resources and you and your child would come together and decide on any given day, is this going to be a on-screen or off-screen activity, and what do they want to do? Like let them be empowered in their learning, not because we're dictating to them what they have to do, but because they can create opportunities for themselves. And then 2:45 is that center time, and center time is just that, just structured play, whatever they may do in that structured play before as they wrap up the day and can enjoy themselves outside playing. We hope this helps. We're hoping that also you can include mindfulness in that 2:05 band so the children get into a routine where they're finishing their day with a mindfulness activity so they can kind of wrap up how their day, how their day was and kind of put themselves in a calm state. The color key is just that, it's a color key. So anytime you see yellow and red, your child will be on Zoom. Anytime you see green and blue, your child will not be on Zoom, and they will either be looking up an activity in Seesaw and or doing something independently and screen-free. Looking at those groups talked about, let me go a little larger with this, I'm sorry. So when we look at the groups, we have group 1 for Kruger, group 2 for Kruger, group 1 for Van Rooyen, group 2 for Van Rooyen, and as you notice, group 1 and 2 for Van Rooyen goes to this next page. Sorry about that. And then we also have group 1 and group 2 for Sloat. These groups are not only found on this video, but they are also found in Seesaw. Okay, if you go into the Seesaw journal and you go under folder, there's going to be a folder that's specifically labeled schedule. In that schedule, you can re-find both of these lists, so you're not coming back to have to look at this video, but so you can see whether your child's in group 1 or group 2. These groups are new for your children. This is something we're doing knowing that the larger class size does not always work in terms of meeting the needs of all of our students, so we're trying to look at smaller groups so we could group them. These children are grouped based on just behavioral traits. These are not groupings that are based on any aspect of their learning environment and how they learn. That is not what we took into consideration at all. It's really based on how well do they learn from each other, and how healthy of an environment can we create for them so it's positive. So again, I hope this schedule helps you have some structure to your week. And Dr. Baird and I are very optimistic moving forward that we'll be able to create a much more consistent routine for our students that allow them to be empowered in their learning and really be in a place where they're enjoying themselves through this process. Thank you.